And hi, my name is SHAFI'IE BINTI ASRI. I will be explaining about OSI layer model. Based on the OSI model, the topmost layer or the seventh layer is application layer. The application layer is the layer that the students' computers are able to interact directly to the online learning system server, which is in the OUM IT center according to the given scenario. The students are able to access the OUM page by typing in the link using browsers such as Google Chrome, Opera, Mozilla Firefox, or even Internet Explorer. Thus, the browser is known as the application layer as it provides protocols that allow software to send and receive information and present meaningful data to users. The presentation layer is responsible of preparing the data to be used in the application layer. According to the given scenario, the data from the students' computers from the application layer will be sent to the presentation layer of the receiving side, which is online learning system server, where it undergoes the processes of translation, encryption, decryption, and compression. Next is session layer. The session layer from the student's home network is in charge of choosing suitable protocols to serve the application layer's request for services. As for the online learning server in OUM IT Center, the server will perform authentication and authorization for establishing a secure connection in the network. If the requested resource is available, it will attempt to communicate. If the network connection is not available, an error message will be sent back to the student's computer informing the student that connection is failed. If network connection is available, it will establish the session and the data from the student's computer will be received by the OUM IT Center. As for online learning server in OUM IT Center, in this layer, the server performs authorization, which determines whether the student has permission to access the data elements or not. After authenticating, the student's authorization is checked and she can access the online learning system. The session will be terminated. Layer 4 is transport layer. This layer provides transparent transfer of data between end users, providing reliable data transfer services to upper layers. Protocol used for this layer is TCP, as it ensures three things: data reaches the destination on time and reaches it without duplication. User datagram protocol also used in this layer. Following with network layer, this layer provides the functional and procedural means of transferring packet from one node to another connected in different networks. For the packet to be forwarded, a router and a switch is needed in this scenario. Next is data link layer, where this layer receives a data packets that contains IP address of the student's computer and online learning system server from the network layer. And the last one is physical layer. In this layer, the sequence of binary bits from data link layer will converted into signals and transmit it over a transmission medium, which is in this scenario we use 4 devices.
My name is MOHAMAD bin SHAFI'IE. Now I will continue for subnetting calculation. In a OUM network, we are using the network address of 10.0.0.0/8. This network address is from the Class A network address. In OUM facilities, we are using 3 different faculties and 1 IT center. So the total subnet needed is 4 subnet. Firstly, we can define the default subnet mask from Class A, which is 255.0.0.0. We can expand the network address. We can identify the number of subnet bits, which is 2. And then from there, we can convert back from the binary bits into the decimal, and we get 255.192.0.0. And the magic number is 64.0.0. Table of 4 subnet that we have calculated in the calculation subnetting before. In here, we can identify that the first available address which is assigned to a OUM server is 10.192.0.0.
A home network use Class C address as its own network address, which is 195.1.1.0/24. The subnet needed is 4 subnet and the default subnet mask is 255.255.255.0 and the bits borrowed is 2. Usable host is 2 power of 6 minus 2 equal to 62 and the magic number is 0.0.0.64. Since the magic number is 0.0.0.64, the difference in the network address is 0.0.0.64 and the broadcast address is 195.1.1 1.255.
Okay, and the last part is the TCP/IP setting menu. These are the steps on how to correctly identify the IP address for the online learning system server. Step 1, click settings on your PC. And step 2, click the network and internet option. From there, on that page, click the change adapter options under the advanced network settings. Step 4, after clicking, right-click your Wi-Fi and then click property. From there, click the Internet Protocol version 4 TCP/IPv4 settings twice. Step 6, select the use the following IP address option and enter the IP address, subnet mask and preferred DNS server. The host address range for the OEM network is 10.192.0.1 to 10.255.255.4. So the preferable IP address chosen is 10.10.0.4 and the default gateway chosen is 10.10.0.1. Then after that, click OK. From here, we are going to verify the IP address of the computer. Step 1, press the start button and search CMD and open the command prompt. And then type in ipconfig in the command prompt and you can see the details of the network adapters. And from here you can see that whatever we have typed in our IP address earlier, it has shown in the command prompt. And that's all from us. Thank you.